Greetings, Ranger fans. I'm Bryan Montgomery, joined today by head coach Brandon Hickman. The Rangers heading into the home stretch of the season, closing out a 3-game road trip this week against Plano. Coach, the matchup against Allen, we talked about it, and looking at what the Eagles brought to the table, I think it's pretty safe to say that the Rangers definitely did a solid job hanging in that contest with the reigning state champs. Pretty much an onside kick away from getting momentum there in the second half. You have to be proud at how the team performed in adverse conditions once again in front of a very hostile crowd and one of the best teams probably in the nation.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Allen, I thought, was very talented. They had good players at every position, I thought, and very great team speed. And our guys battled. I mean, we got off. We were down there, held them to 0 points in the first quarter, but it was 0-0, kind of going both ways there. And then I thought the third quarter we got a good spark there with Jalen's kick return and started rolling offensively, running the ball, doing a real good job with running the football. And I thought our defense played really well, made some plays, and we gave them a little bit of a scare, but they went for it on fourth down and ran a fake punt but we were in the game. And so that's all you want to be, is in the game there on that onside kick. We ended up getting it, but we were offsides. And they got a good football team. They're coached very well. But I was proud of the way our kids responded, the way our kids played. And that's what I told them after the game. You can't hang your heads. I thought you came in here and gave it a great fight.
And then now we're at the midpoint of this district campaign, and you just cannot say enough about how competitive this district is. And we'll talk about this in a moment, but you have matchups that you think are going to go one way, and then they go the complete opposite way. For example, Plano East picking up some big wins during the year, including a big one against Prosper, only to drop a big matchup to Plano last week, and then once again throw this district into a jumble. Looking at that, it's great for the Rangers because, yes, they are 1-3 in district, but you look at the path over the last 3 games, and there still is a road to the postseason.
There is. I mean, we control our own destiny. It starts Friday night. And, our goal is to be 4-3 in district, 1-0 this week. We've got 3 ball games left. It's really up for grabs. I mean, the last couple of playoff spots, and that's something we're focused on us and what we can do to improve and get better at during practice. And our kids are coming out every day, and they're working their tails off. It's probably the most fun I've had coaching. Even though, our record's not where we want it, but it's a tough district too. I give the district a lot of credit, and the teams that are in it. Our non-district schedule is very tough as well. We played a couple teams that are still undefeated. But that's what we want. That's what you wake up for, and that's what you play for, is against good competition. And each week we're getting it every week with this district that we're in. And we got to find a ways to get over the hump.
And then now that next hump is going to be a Plano team that, as I mentioned, picked up a big win against Plano East this last week, and no small part to their running back, Kyron Cumby, who I'm sure is something that the Rangers defensive team has definitely been taking a close look at this week. Talk about that matchup against the Wildcats. What should Ranger fans expect at John Clark Stadium this Friday?
Well, I mean, he's the heart and soul of their offense and their team. He's one of the fastest kids in the district. He's a track guy and tailback, receiver, Wildcat, quarterback. I mean, they put him everywhere. He's a good player. They've got a big O-line in front of them. We just have to play our game and try to keep him corralled. He's going to get us some runs because he's a really good football player, but keep him corralled as much as possible. Try to create some turnovers, and then offensively, mix it up and run the pass and see if we can move the chains here and score some points. But I think it's going to come down to offense, being able to run the ball and setting up our passing game, and defensively creating a couple of turnovers. And then playing great special teams. I think that's going to be a big key. Your special teams can kind of kickstart things, which I felt like it did last week with the kick return that we got. And, it's going to be a battle. We've told the guys this week's going to be a battle. It's going to be an old-school football game battle. It's going to be a very physical game. They got a good team, and we got a good team. And it's time to, go out and prove it. We can talk about it, but our kids are focused in on, being 1-0 Friday.
Well, Coach, thank you once again for joining us, and best of luck to you this Friday. Again, the Rangers taking on Plano, 7 p.m. kickoff, John Clark Stadium. You can catch the game live on 770 KAAM, beginning with the Legacy Texas pregame show at 6:30. And as always, be sure to keep it locked into JesuitRangers.org for all of your up-to-date Rangers info.